Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool on course to save millions in transfer window as star returns to Anfield. Liverpool are expected to splash the cash at the end of the season, with Arne Slot hinting last week that his squad is in line for a major overhaul despite their Premier League title success. Reinforcements are being eyed at both ends of the pitch, with major sales on the cards. Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez have all been linked with exits from Anfield this summer, and therefore attacking replacements will be required if any deals are struck for those trio. Similarly, Jarell Quansah, Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate are not short of suitors and could be moved on and replaced. Express Premium banner. Premier League Championship, Scottish Premiership, European teams: Arsenal, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton and Hove Albion, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Ipswich Town, Leicester City, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle United, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Liverpool on course to save millions in transfer window as star returns to Anfield. Liverpool are keen to add to their title-winning squad this summer. By Charlie Parker Turner. 5:15, Friday, May 2, 2025. Share article. Bookmark. 0. Comments. Arne Slot. Arne Slot is keen to bolster his ranks. Image, Getty. Liverpool are expected to splash the cash at the end of the season, with Arne Slot hinting last week that his squad is in line for a major overhaul despite their Premier League title success. Reinforcements are being eyed at both ends of the pitch, with major sales on the cards. Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez have all been linked with exits from Anfield this summer, and therefore attacking replacements will be required if any deals are struck for those trio. Similarly, Jarell Quansah, Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate are not short of suitors and could be moved on and replaced. Related articles. Sir Alex Ferguson mocked as comment used against him after Liverpool title win. Chiesa left Liverpool staff concerned during match as mystery explained. Slot is also keen to add further depth to his squad. However, unlike last summer, the Dutchman may not need to greenlight a marquee midfield signing thanks to the revival of Ryan Gravenberch. The midfielder has improved markedly on Merseyside and made the number 6 role his own at the club, and instead a midfielder to rotate with the 22-year-old may be required, and Stefan Bajcetic fits the bill. The Spaniard was loaned out to Red Bull Salzburg last summer but featured just 19 times before being recalled and sent back out to Las Palmas for the remainder of the campaign. The move back to his homeland has proved to be a success, with Bajcetic featuring regularly in the heart of midfield for manager Diego Gomez. The consistent game time will be benefiting the 20-year-old significantly, especially after suffering an adductor injury which sidelined him for several months 2 seasons ago, and he could play his way into Liverpool's plans next season. Express Premium banner. Premier League Championship, Scottish Premiership, European teams. The Spaniard was loaned out to Red Bull Salzburg last summer but featured just 19 times before being recalled and sent back out to Las Palmas for the remainder of the campaign. The move back to his homeland has proved to be a success, with Bajcetic featuring regularly in the heart of midfield for manager Diego Gomez. The consistent game time will be benefiting the 20-year-old significantly, especially after suffering an adductor injury which sidelined him for several months 2 seasons ago, and he could play his way into Liverpool's plans next season. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is Dean Huijsen transfer twist as Chelsea and Liverpool handed free run at Bournemouth star. Bournemouth centre-back Dean Huijsen continues to be linked with a move to Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool ahead of a potential summer move. Newcastle United have reportedly cooled their interest in Chelsea and Arsenal-linked Dean Huijsen. Huijsen, who is contracted with Bournemouth until June 2030, has featured in 28 Premier League matches this season, contributing to 7 clean sheets. The Spanish international has been a key player in Andoni Iraola's team as Bournemouth eye a top 8 finish. His exceptional performances have reportedly piqued the interest of several clubs, with Chelsea now believed to be leading the race for his signature. However, they are reportedly facing tough competition from the Gunners, Liverpool, and Newcastle, but the paper claim that the Magpies face an uphill task to convince Huijsen to move to St. James' Park. It is said that having held talks with his representatives, there is a feeling his interest lies elsewhere. It is claimed that the Spaniard prioritizes game time and Champions League football in addition to sizable wage demands. Huijsen reportedly has a £50 million release clause in his contract at the Cherries. While the fee remains unclear, the player himself confirmed last month that there is a release clause. Speaking to Spanish outlet El Chiringuito TV, as quoted by ESPN, he said, "I have a contract until 2030, but I do have a release clause. I don't know if I'll join Real Madrid, we'll see. It's a big team. Every player wants to play in the maximum level possible. A friend called me and said, 'Go to Real Madrid.' I laughed. What am I going to say?" Speaking to Sky Sports, Bournemouth manager Andoni Iraola addressed the transfer interest, admitting that clubs outside the traditional top 6 must learn to adapt to such situations. His comments suggest that potential departures, including one for Huijsen, cannot be ruled out. "I don't think it's any different from previous years, especially when the team has done a good job," the Spaniard said. "It happened to us last season. We didn't know what was going to happen with some players. We lost Lloyd Kelly and after that Dom Solanke. We don't really know what is going to happen in the summer. We are still focused on other things, but right now all the players are ours and, if nothing happens, they will continue to be ours next season also. So I don't think it's going to be different from other summers. We will focus on trying to improve the team, and add new players if we can, and if some player leaves because someone comes with what the club considers to be a good offer, we have to be ready for those situations, but not with fear. It is something that all the clubs, especially the ones who are not at the highest level like the top teams, have to get used to." Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Liverpool transfer decision looks inevitable as Federico Chiesa hopes for one last chance. The Echo's Liverpool writers discuss what's next for Federico Chiesa with the Reds now down to their final 4 games of the season, starting with Chelsea on Sunday. It's been a great season for Liverpool but a tough one for the only signing they made before and during it. Federico Chiesa has been limited to just 33 minutes of Premier League action across 4 substitute appearances for the newly crowned champions. For a player who starred for Italy at the delayed 2020 European Championship and who was regarded as one of world football's best wide forwards at Juventus, that is nowhere near enough game time. But will that change in the final 4 matches of his debut campaign on Merseyside? With Liverpool having wrapped up the title, Arne Slot could, if he chooses to, rotate his squad against Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton and Hove Albion and Crystal Palace, which could give Chiesa a belated chance to impress. Say Paul Gorst. If there is little jeopardy at all left in Liverpool's season, the final 4 games might at least provide 1 or 2 with the opportunity to show they are good enough to stick around. Federico Chiesa, perhaps more than any other, fits this category perfectly. So will the Italian be given a fair crack of the whip over the next 4 games? Or will it very much be a continuation of how his Reds career has gone to date? Arne Slot, in truth, has shown little inclination to ever rest and rotate too heavily, and with Mohamed Salah still herring after a number of individual records, Chiesa might be best sticking his hand up for a spot through the center of the front 3 instead. What to make of Chiesa's signing? It was the only one the Reds made last summer, bringing him in late from Juventus for a knockdown fee of £12 million, but it's entirely fair to say it's a deal that hasn't worked. If sporting director Richard Hughes deserves credit for sealing a deal for Slot himself, his only addition to the playing staff to date has yet to pay dividends, and Chiesa has been out on the fringes all season, often battling to get up to 100% in the process. He has shown the odd flashes of quality during some of his outings, but Slot has been averse to rolling the dice on the former Fiorentina forward, using him only sparingly during Premier League games. Are these 4 games enough to save his Reds' career? One appearance will at least mean he gets a Premier League winner's medal, but the sight of the attacker on the pitch this term has usually been a sign that Slot's side have been struggling during the games he has been introduced for. I suspect a parting of the ways might suit all, particularly if Liverpool can make a profit and reinvest it into the summer's recruitment. Ian Doyle. Job done. Now, though, will Arne Slot give minutes to those players who have been patient throughout the Premier League campaign? Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.